I challenged myself to animate for 10 hours straight. No breaks, no distraction, just me, my phone, and a whole lot of pain. So the plan was simple. Make a whole animated scene in one go. Sounds easy, right? Well, yeah, it's not. If you ever tried animating before, you know that time works differently in this world. One stick of animation is like 10 years in real life. So of course I knew it wasn't gonna be easy, but I still went through with it. For the first step, I started with the storyboarding. And for this animation, I wanted to make something a little dark, so I came up with this. So for the first cut, we see this guy laying on the ground in this dark alley over here, right? Then we'll move on to the next cut of him breathing heavily, like then he looks at his hands covered in blood. He puts those hands on his head, scared out of his life. And someone walks in. He gets notified, turns, shocked, then boom, an impact frame. It might not make sense to you right now, but by the time I'm done, it might make more sense to you later. Now that we're done with the storyboarding, I still didn't know how this character was gonna look like, but then I remember the character my little brother drew, so I asked him if I could use that for reference. And here is everyone. Okay, so now that we know what we're animating and who we're animating, let's start animating. I started animating the dark alley scene first, so right now I'm currently doing the line art. I'm really sorry that I don't get to show you the process of me sketching out these drawings. It's just that I don't have another device to record me while animating it, and screen recording every time is not always convenient. And this is the final result for the first cut. Moving on to the second one. So in this scene, this guy is pretty much just breathing really heavily because he's scared, right? So what I'm just doing right now is using a lasso tool to move him up and down to get that breathe in, breathe out animation, understand? You can see it's getting smoother already. And look at it, it's already getting that breathing effect. Looks good. Now let me just put in some more frames to make it look smoother. And now the final result for the animation. Okay, looks good. And moving on to the third cut. For this third cut, which is gonna be him looking at his hands, I want it to be like a little hand movement, but I'm not good at drawing hands, so I head over to Easy Pose to get a 3D reference for this animation. And just like that, I got this beautiful hand movement. Then the next cut of this animation, the part where he puts his hand on his head, you know, scared, thinking. So I just like use the lasso tool I drew a frame, use the lasso tool to move them together. You can see how it's getting better. So I just kept doing that until he finally reaches his head. And then I moved to the next scene where the guy steps in. As you can see, the animation was drawn frame by frame because it wasn't a hard shot of animation. Then I start animating part where he instantly notices the presence of that guy who just stepped in. Using the lasso tool again to do movements. So after this scene, when he notices and reacts, there's this scene where he also turns back, and that's what I'm animating right now. He slowly turns to look at who he is, and even upon seeing that figure, it gets him more scared, always placing his pants to that impact frame. Time's up. Okay, so let's check out what we made. Blood all in my hands. No, this can't be happening. Alright, that was terrible. I didn't have time to finish all the animations. I couldn't even do the line art talkless with coloring. I just couldn't do enough. Well, 10 hours is a short time, I guess. Well, I'll be sure to be faster on my next challenge. See you in the next video.